Brought to you by ExpressCare Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Half a day and welcome back to Healthy Living. Did you know that sitting for long periods of time can affect your health? Joining me with more on this growing health issue is ExpressCare's Dr. Jitka Lom. Welcome, Doc.
Hi, Jolene.
Hi. Okay, so can you share with me, how can sitting be dangerous?
Sitting is one of the top health risks now. It's actually equivalent to smoking. If you sit for more than 6 hours a day, which more and more people do because of their job or their lifestyle habits. So you out there in TV land, get off your chair, get off your couch, and let's stand up while we're talking.
Okay.
So sitting, the reason sitting is not good for you is because your circulation below the waist is impaired. Basically, when you're sitting, you're crunching down here in your groin area, your circulation is not coming back, and you're at risk for all of the major chronic diseases, meaning heart disease, diabetes, and many forms of cancer, including ovarian and colon cancer. You have a higher risk. Your brain circulation is sluggish. You're basically not circulating your blood as well, not detoxifying as well, and accumulating acids and toxins. And the way you can tell this is, for example, when you get off an airplane, your ankles are swollen. You've been sitting there crunching your groin down, and as a result, you have an actual symptom that you can witness of swollen ankles.
Well, I have to admit, standing up actually feels good. I feel like I'm stretching my back muscles, actually.
Yeah.
So can you share with us what parts of the body are affected?
Well, really from top to bottom, starting at your brain. Again, the circulation to your brain is not as good when you're sitting all crunched up, especially hunched over a computer or laptop or desk. The cervical spine and your shoulders will be rotated forward. You will have poor posture, and your lungs won't expand as well. Your breathing won't be as good as when you stand nice and tall, put your shoulders back, and take a deep breath. As far as in the digestive area, you'll be more prone to constipation, you'll have a lot more gas, and your digestion won't be quite as good. And then in the lower half of the body, again, swollen ankles, varicose veins, poor circulation, numbness and tingling in the feet and toes from not moving. We were made to move. Until last century, our ancestors moved all the time. We didn't sit in cars all the time. We didn't sit at desks all the time. All that happened with the Industrial Revolution and afterwards. So before that, people were moving. In fact, chairs were invented, you know, with the Egyptians had chairs and the Chinese had chairs, but they were meant mostly for ceremonial purposes. People would just sit on a chair for a special occasion, or if they were sick. So one analogy is, if you're sitting for a prolonged period of time, your body kind of thinks you're sick, and you kind of will become sick. Now, one other thing is, when you think about people who sit for prolonged periods of time, you may think about monks. You know, Zen monks, they're sitting, but they're sitting a different way. So let's try that out.
Okay.
They're not sitting crunched up like this, all sort of hunched and twisted like kids on a couch watching TV, right, or like that. They're sitting nice and straight in a lotus position, where their legs here are open. Not very ladylike, but let's try.
Goodness.
Not you.
I may not be able to do that today.
That's right. So they're sitting with their legs apart and sort of up like this, okay? So they're getting good circulation, they're opening their groin, and they're also sitting on the floor, which is a lot different than hanging your feet down and letting them swell.
Okay, okay. Now, we talked a little bit about how sitting down for long periods of time does endanger. So how can they avoid endangering themselves? Because obviously when we're at the office, we can't really sit with our legs open.
Right.
So what can they do?
Right. Here's the thing. You know, what can you do? You can try to make as many opportunities for yourself to stand up as you can. So there are actually standing desks that you can actually have, but if you don't have one of those, try to schedule your meetings as a standing meeting. You could have, the opportunity to walk around during your meeting. If you have a trash can that you need to put things in, make that far away from your desk, so you're actually forced to get up and take a few steps. And any time that you don't need to sit, get up. This is especially true for drivers, bus drivers, and other people who are spending a long period of time in a truck or a car. You know, they're sitting all day long. In addition to that, they have the vibration energy that's coming through, and it's really very unhealthy. So try to get out of your car as often as you can, take a stretch at least once per hour. The statistics are really frightening on sitting, where for every hour that you're sitting, I'll just say for adults, for every hour that you're sitting, you're actually taking minutes off your life. This is actually, you can go to a calculator, will tell you, you know, how many minutes of your life you've lost by sitting down. So understanding that, you're going to be more motivated to get up and get moving.
All right, so can you share with us what types of exercises can a person do to, you know, kind of rejuvenate yourself
and help? So posture is so important. At least if you're sitting, at least sit nice and tall. Don't sit back in the lazy boy and, you know, completely collapse yourself down. If you're spending hours on the computer, you know, this is the hunched posture, and I see kids and definitely young adults who already have like that hunched shoulder thing from having been doing this thing. So remind yourself to try to sit tall, get up and stretch. Take some deep breaths. Other exercises that would be good would be yoga, any type of stretching where you're actually making your spine straight and using other muscles that you're not accustomed to using.
Okay, so how long should we take, you said every hour, how long should those little
It can just
breaks
be 5 minutes or less even. Just get up, take a little walk around your desk, stretch your legs, just like they tell you in the airplane. They actually tell you this, right? The prolonged sitting in the airplane can cause you to get a blood clot in your leg called a DVT. Well, that's probably not going to happen on land, but it's a recognized health risk to sit for so long. So get up at least every hour, take a 5-minute little stroll, stretch your legs, bend forward, take a deep breath, stretch your arms above your head, which is another thing many people never do unless they're reaching for something in their cupboard. They just, basically their arms are like this all the time. So a formal exercise that can help with that is yoga. It's very, very helpful. But you can do anything you like. You can go to the gym, you can just walk on the beach, stretch out, whatever you can do.
All right, Doc. Well, don't go anywhere, because when we return, Dr. Lom answers some of our viewers' questions.